Hey kids, you're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast. Prepare for the SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the SML Podcast. I'm your host, Joe. Aki and Bri are here to kick things off. Jacob will come in whenever the hell he feels like it.
Hopefully.
I mean, I'm sure eventually he will.
Maybe. He might just be calling in from where he is right now.
He works from home.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
So he will call from where he is. At least he used to. I'm pretty sure he still does. He's just all online stuff.
Fair.
How was everyone's Thanksgiving? Did you do anything?
I got real high for a very short period of time.
Nice.
Yeah, it lasted about 15 minutes. It was great. I tried to get high again. It didn't. I metabolized drugs really quickly.
Huh.
So, and it probably wasn't a lot, but the likelihood, the only reason it even affected me in the first place was because I was also drinking heavily.
Now I've got some high friends in places.
I like that one.
I was drinking dragon fruit lemonade margarita stuff because my mom didn't like it, so I drank the whole thing.
I thought you were gonna say you were drinking the dragon fruit Mountain Dew.
No, God no, I don't like Mountain Dew. My mom would have killed me for that. So no, because she's like you, she loves Mountain Dew. So I drank that entire bottle over the 2 days that I was over there. And then on Thanksgiving, when I was finishing it off, my stepsister and her wife came by with some pot seltzer, and I drank some of that, and between the copious amounts of alcohol I had already in was also drinking at that same time, I also drank that, and I got high for a little while, and it was great.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What about you,
But
Bri?
without alcohol, that seltzer tastes like shit. Oh.
Yesterday was the first day I actually got to relax on my vacation. And that's not a bad thing. We've been busy doing fun stuff, doing historical stuff, lots of walking, lots of talking to people. But yeah, yesterday, because everything was closed, we just sat around and ate some leftovers, had some good breakfast that we cooked up, and I played video games all day. And
Nice.
yeah, and then we went out to dinner at an oyster bar, and because that was open, that's kind of our traditional go to Thanksgiving is get seafood. And I ate so much food. It was very good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I watched football.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I didn't get to go anywhere yesterday. My back has been acting up really bad all week, and
Oh no.
like Wednesday into Thursday, it's like breaking point, insane pain. I've been running a TENS unit on it literally all day.
Thanks.
Oh Jesus.
It's running right now by like
Yeah.
just zapping my back. It's helping a lot, thankfully. I'm moving much better, but still sucks.
I'm guessing it's helping a lot until you move just a little bit, and then suddenly it's not again, yeah?
Kinda.
'Cause that's how it is for my grandfather. Like, he's like, oh yeah, I've had this on all day. It's great. And then when he moves, he's like, oh!
I wanted mashed potatoes and gravy.
I got mashed taters.
And not KFC's, because that's like the only mashed potatoes we get anymore.
I am super amused by that, more than one would expect, because I have homemade mashed potatoes, but my mom loves the containers from KFC. And so my homemade mashed potatoes are actually in a KFC container.
Nice.
That's funny.
That reminds me of a nice Thanksgiving story we had a couple of years ago. I know I've told this on the show before. I don't know if either of you heard it. Probably Aki.
I don't know.
But we were having Thanksgiving the one year, and Ashley and I were like, hey, we should host. And it's like, well, I don't know how to cook. And it's like, I don't know how to cook. And we looked online, and Cracker Barrel has like a Thanksgiving feast that you could order. And back in the 5 years ago or whatever it was actually affordable for a good meal. So we got it. We put everything in dishes, put it out on the table. My mom, my grandmother, and my sister and my niece all came over, and we all ate dinner. It was delicious. Everyone had fun. My mom was like, you know, this is wonderful. Just what kind of family recipe was this? When did you learn how to cook? Like the whole time through dinner, she was just like, oh, well, it was family, kind of, just brushing it off. And then after everyone finished, she was like, yeah, that was from Cracker Barrel. My mom cried because she thought Ashley knew how to cook.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
man.
that's sad.
I look forward to cooking my turkey at Christmas time. I don't usually do turkey at Thanksgiving. I love cooking whole birds. That's my jam.
Nice.
I would really like if my family stopped cooking the full bird, but it's cheaper that way, and I don't understand why. It's stupid, because none of us like dark meat. Literally none of us. But buying the whole turkey ends up being significantly cheaper than just buying like a turkey breast, and it's so annoying.
Yeah, when you go shopping for turkey anymore, it's the store giving you the bird for,
giving them money.
Yeah.
How dare we give these assholes money?
Good time. Good time.
We went to Aldi and got a lot of it cheap, so fair.
Ashley just like started shopping at Aldi's. I'm like, why have you waited? She's like, I thought you wouldn't want like non-name brand stuff. I'm like, the only like name brand anything I really care about is toilet paper, ketchup, and mayonnaise.
And Mountain Dew.
No, I'll drink third party Mountain Dew.
Oh.
There was a long stretch of time we had to save a lot in town, and they have something Mountain Holler. I thought that shit was great.
Never heard of that. Interesting. Yeah, I subsist off of third-party soda. It's the only one I drink because I can afford it. It's like, oh yeah, here's 4 2-liters for $5, or I can get the name brand and it's like $3 or $4. A 2-liter. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll get the cheap shit.
I miss soda being affordable. Like, I miss when you could get like 5 for $10 of 12 packs, and now it's like
I miss when food was affordable.
$10 a 12 pack.
I remember back when my Powerade used to be like 68 cents, and now it's almost $2.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't get it anymore for an obvious reason, because it was already pushing my budget back when it was cheap. I love that shit. Oh, man.
You know who still stands by us, though? Arizona tea.
Hmm.
They keep their shit cheap.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Like, go into a store and look how much Arizona tea is compared to everything else. Like, you could get a big-ass, what is this, like, 22-ounce can of Arnold Palmer tea for, like, 70 cents.
Oh, Jesus. Nice.
Maybe they're up to $1 now. I don't know. They're cheap as shit, so.
You go there, you get some Costco hot dogs and get yourself some tea, and you're good. Shit.
Oh, I wish we had a Costco around here.
Yeah.
You like the Costco guys?
I don't know what that is.
You go boom a lot.
Oh,
boom. No. You're better off not knowing.
Yeah, I totally do not understand.
Internet celebrities, a dad and his son who got famous for reviewing Costco stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
People who should have been kicked out of the store immediately. Okay.
No, they would do it at home. They would just buy stuff, take it home and review it. Like, they didn't do anything malicious. It was very wholesome. And now the dad is signed to AEW Wrestling. Because he was a wrestler like 15 years ago.
Wow.
And
that is the okay. Like I should have known this is going to come to wrestling somehow. It's you.
Hey, you mentioned Costco, so
yeah.
I think
fair.
it's funny that they went from like a dad who just did reviews of stuff with his son to doing pay-per-view matches during the pre-show in front of thousands of people. Such a weird trajectory for a career.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Oh man, AEW is good. Everyone should watch AEW. So, should we get to news?
Sure.
We have an actual show we should take care of, so we should probably do that shit, I guess. PlayStation Plus monthly games for December were announced, and when I saw the list, I thought it was the game catalog update. They are giving away 5 games for December.
Oh, damn. Nice.
For their monthly games, the one that's usually like 2 or 3.
Yeah. They're doing
5.
good.
And they are pretty good. They're giving away Neon White.
Nice.
The Outlast Trials.
Also nice. That just got a big update recently.
Killing Floor 3.
Okay.
Synduality Echo of Ada.
Fuck yeah.
And Lego Horizon Adventures.
Ooh.
Didn't that just come out?
Last year.
Oh, I didn't realize it came out that long ago. I was like, damn, they giving that away free real quick.
Even still, like that's
still real quick to me, but yeah.
I think it's only like a $40 or $50 game. Like it wasn't a full $70 game. So
good.
But
I appreciate that.
It was a crazy good month.
Yeah.
I went to fire up my PlayStation to double check I got this month's games, and it's like, you're not a subscriber anymore. And I'm like, damn it.
Wonder how long ago that was a thing.
Yeah. So I paid $10 because I wanted to play stuff, and save files, online save files require PlayStation Plus over on the PlayStation side of things, which I think is bullshit. But
that is extremely stupid. What the fuck?
Yeah. Cloud backups require Plus. Same with Nintendo.
Has it always been that way?
Yep. Well, Nintendo really didn't have cloud saves for a long time, but
fair. Wow, I'm shocked that they don't just wow. Just wow. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, but whatever. I paid $10 so I could get a month and get caught up and try to get a year on discount when I can. They're doing for Black Friday. You could get the low tier for $80 for a year. You could do the mid tier for like $105, or the high tier for like $110.
Okay.
And at that point, you're like, God, why wouldn't I? Right?
I'm just thinking of how much money that is. I'm perpetually poor. So, to me, that
works out to $10 a month over the year.
True. Not even $10.
It's not $30 a month.
Yeah, this is true. And I am sad because my Ultimate will be running out and I won't be able to play my games on cloud anymore.
Well, Cloud will be, I think, is on all tiers of Game Pass now.
Then I don't care anymore. Yay! I can continue playing Assassin's Creed because I got back into playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, but I've only been able to do it via the cloud since it won't play on my Xbox for shit right now. So I've been loading that up on my PC and just playing it via the cloud streaming. I'm like, oh, this is good. Like I remember way back when everything was choppy and it was real hard to get things to work right, and now it is so fucking smooth. So like I've been really happy with cloud gaming as of at least recently.
Nice.
Still prefer to have it installed, but
yeah,
can't do that with AC. So
I tried so hard to play Forza on cloud and I couldn't do it.
Oh, that sucks.
Just that slight bit of like controller lag. I couldn't steer. It kept messing me
How
up.
long ago did you try? Was that recent or was that a while ago? You should try it again. See if it works now. However, you absolutely cannot be doing anything else on your internet. Because as I found out, I was downloading like a Steam game update or something, and that fucked everything.
That'll do that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oh, man. Nintendo Switch Online got a couple editions this week. We talked about it on Tuesday, but it's the new show, so we'll fucking talk about them again. Nintendo NES got Battletoads, the original NES Battletoads, courtesy Xbox Game Studios, which is neat, and Ninja Gaiden 2.
Very nice.
And then the Game Boy got Bionic Commando and Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters.
Yay.
I've heard
which was
those are
my
good.
jam as a kid. I loved that Kid Icarus game.
I've never played a single one of them.
I got that, I think, at a Sam's Club when I was a kid.
Man,
I used my own
buying
money.
games from Sam Club was great.
I used my own money to buy a game for me. I read the instruction book the entire drive home.
Yep.
As we did as kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved the game. And then a couple of years later, I went back and played the original Kid Icarus on NES. I'm like, wow, the Game Boy game's so much better.
I've never played the Game Boy one, but Kid Icarus on NES is one of my favorites.
Play the Game Boy one. Play the game. Oh my God. Play the Game Boy one.
I have a special code for Kid Icarus that I typed in. I was just messing around with different codes and typed my best friend's older sister's name and the name of her comic strip. And it gets you to the second to last level with 99 of everything.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I sent that into Nintendo Power and they ignored me.
Wow.
Yep.
That is insane.
That sucks.
My friend, just fucking around, found a code for a Game Boy game on Game Genie or Final Fantasy Legend 3, where if you put the code in, all the shops sold like crazy high level stuff.
Ooh, nice.
And then we found a code on Final Fantasy 2 for the Super Nintendo that if you put it in, it played an alternate version of the prologue theme that to this day I still haven't heard anywhere else.
Wow.
It's like the same prologue theme, but with like added strings in the background. It's very weird. And just like fucking around on Game Genie, putting shit in. It's like, hey, look what I found.
Yeah.
He's like, push the 1 and then over 2 down, then up and back 1 and then over 2 down, then up and back 1 and then over 2 down. And he found a code.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. Speaking of Nintendo, they bought Bandai Namco Studio Singapore.
Yeah.
It is now Nintendo Studio Singapore. They bought 80% of the company's shares with plans to acquire the rest, quote, after a certain time. They previously worked with Nintendo on Splatoon 3 and the 2021 Pokemon Snap game, along with co-developing some other smaller projects and ports to the Switch.
Nifty.
So Nintendo put a ring on it. And Namco's like, here, bye. Ubisoft commented they are no longer planning to release a second expansion for Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh.
Well, that sucks.
Which kinda sucks, yeah. Like, people bought Deluxe Edition for the expansion, and then they gave away the expansion for free, because it fucking sucked that they kept delaying it. And they're like, alright, yeah, here you go. Take the expansion free. Now the Deluxe people are like, what do we pay for?
Mm-hmm.
So,
cock in your mouth. That's what you paid for.
Rug.
That's a shame. I really like AC Shadows. It's fun.
Wait, was Shadows the one where they just killed the season pass completely and gave away the expansion?
I think so.
I don't know. Shrug. Just a bummer they're not doing more content for it.
Yeah.
Especially after the Saudis bankrolled Mirage DLC 2 years after release.
Yeah. And it's also a shame because Shadows just got a fucking tie-in deal that has Attack on Titan in it right now.
It's such a weird crossover.
Yeah, but man, the Misaka outfit looks fucking dope as shit.
And it's dropping on Switch 2 next week.
Nice.
Yeah.
For anyone who wants that stuff, though, gotta go get it. Gotta go do it fast, because I think near the end of December, I think it's actually closing.
Yeah, like a 3-week, 4-week run, limited time event. Kind of like when they did the Final Fantasy crossover.
Yeah, I don't understand why they do shit like that.
I think the Final Fantasy side was the time-limited one, but there's still the DLC that you can have downloaded.
Yeah, it kind of irked me because I was like, because I really wanted to do that final, because it was in Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, that it tied over into Assassin's Creed Origins, and I didn't get to play the Final Fantasy part of it. Obviously, anyone who has Origins can play the Final Fantasy part in it, because Origins, that's just a permanent thing. It's like, why couldn't you have made the Assassin's Creed thing a permanent thing in this? That would have been so awesome. Or even if it was just timed and it showed up every year or something, whatever. Just, I want to play it so bad because it looked so cool. But I didn't have Final Fantasy 15 until like a year and a half later. And now seeing that this is timed, it just makes me sad. I'm like, just make it a part of the game. Let me enjoy it.
I just tried to readjust in my chair and one of the pen's pads popped off, so I have to like turn it off. I tried to grab the pad and put it back on my back, and my fingers were like, hey, what are you doing? Oh, yeah. That was dumb. I should have thought about that ahead. So,
just a little bit.
Oh, well, what are you going to do? Such is life. Dead by Daylight is doing a second Stranger Things crossover. It will go down in January. I don't know if anyone has watched the first 4 episodes yet, but do not spoil a fucking thing or I will stab you in the neck. Because I didn't watch them yet. Ashley and I are going to do that this weekend.
Or Acolyte immediately saying something.
Oh, what did he say? Should I look?
It's nothing serious.
Okay.
Yeah,
I already know that everyone dies.
I mean, probably.
Oh, yeah, Vecna's on the way, yeah.
Yeah, as I said, it's nothing serious. That's something you probably already knew. Because I'm pretty sure Vecna was in the last season or 2 seasons or something.
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew and I plan to watch it sometime after I get home. But he hasn't seen season 4 yet, so we got to get caught up and rewatch season 4 first.
Binge time.
Yeah.
I haven't seen season 1 yet.
It's a good show.
You should watch it. I think you would like it.
I'm sure I probably would. There's just so much anime I still got to watch, and that's in my way.
Watch Stranger Things now while it's popular, because, like, I don't know. It just feels like something that if you miss out on, you'll be like, I had a chance to be part of that moment.
Kind of like Orange is the New Black and Breaking Bad. Okay.
It's like if I went back to watch Oz now. Like, I wouldn't have the same impact. Or The Sopranos, like when everyone was watching The Sopranos, the final episode.
Yeah.
Then again, you have situations with Game of Thrones where you could just skip the last season if you know it's going to be shit.
I haven't seen a single episode of a single series that you've mentioned so far.
Okay, well, with Game of Thrones, watch all but the last season. Pretend it ends right there.
Yeah, I've seen the important fragments of that show, namely all the naked scenes, so I think I'm good. There were very attractive women in it, what can I say?
There were. I agree. Last bit of news I have is, after a little bit of backlash, looks like Sega is now offering upgrade paths for the Yakuza updates. Yay!
Good.
Yakuza Director's Cut is going to be $49.99. If you own the PS5 series or Steam version, you can upgrade for $14.99.
Okay, nice.
Very good price. Yakuza Kiwami will be $19.99, and PlayStation and Xbox can upgrade for $1.99.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Steam, I believe it just gets the new version, replaces the old one.
Okay, nice.
And then Yakuza Kiwami 2 upgrade is free.
Ooh, very nice.
So if you own the original, you own the new one. This obviously applies only to the same console family, digital only, no subscription entitlements. So if you got the game through like PlayStation Plus or games with Gold or Game Pass or whatever, you don't get the upgrade. You got to own it. And no disc entitlements either, obviously. The original versions of the games will be delisted. If you want to have the old versions, get them now.
Nice.
And I think some of them are on sale to the point where if you get them now and pay for the upgrade, still cheaper than buying the upgrade or the new version.
Oh yeah, significantly.
Yeah, so
because you can get Kiwami 1 and 2, you can usually get those for like at most like $15 a piece. Usually, they're really on sale. They're always deeply discounted.
Yeah,
and hell, they're probably cheaper than that nowadays. I've owned them for a while thanks to that.
That is what I have for this week. What you got going on?
Fucking nothing.
Very helpful. Bri, what kind of news do you have?
Pac-Man was in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade to help celebrate the 45th anniversary.
Can you repeat that? What?
Pac-Man was in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Yeah.
Okay, I did not hear Pac-Man when you said that. Okay.
Okay. Well, hotel internet. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't watch the parade. I looked up some videos. It was very cute. The handlers were all wearing shirts that look like ghosts.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And the other piece of news I have is Movie Watch or TV Watch.
Hold on. Let me get there. It's Movie Watch. There.
It's unbelievable.
Far Cry is getting a TV adaptation on FX, with Rob Mack and Noah Hawley attached to the project. Yeah,
Rob
it'll be some kind of
Mack,
anthology.
really?
Yeah, it'll be an anthology series.
I don't know who either of those people are, so can someone fill
Rob
me in?
McElhenney. He's
From
now just
Always
called Rob
Sunny.
Mack. Yeah. And I think he's going to star in it as well.
Interesting.
But that's all the news I have.
That's it.
Woo! Jacob, what's your news?
Mm.
All right.
I'm gonna need you to fuck off, sir. Yay!
I guess
Yeah,
I
there
could
we
throw
go.
in one more little tidbit. If anyone is familiar with the video game music scene, there is a rapper that goes by the name Mega Ran, who started off doing Mega Man rap songs. He has expanded significantly into more mainstream stuff. He has worked with the likes of like Bear McCreary. He's worked with WWE. He's worked with AEW. And his children's album that he put out this year is officially nominated for a Grammy.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
that's exciting.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So that's all I wanted to say there. Congrats to Mega Ran. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, should we dive into reviews?
Yeah.
All right, let's
You gotta
kick.
contact Chucklefuck first.
I already did. He says he's going to pee and he'll be in. So
Okay.
Okay.
I figured you have plenty of time to talk about Silent Hill.
No, yeah.
Did you have a short review lined up? You're
A
like,
short
oh,
one? No.
yeah, huh? What? Huh? No, me? What? No. Aw.
Yeah, I did not pay attention to even our schedule and planning yet, so.
Oh, I wish I had the I'm not surprised motherfucker clip.
Hey, I usually do somewhat decently at paying attention to that. It's just it showed up while I wasn't at my computer. That's your fault. I blame you for this. Okay?
Okay, now why is it my fault?
Because I'm blaming you. Duh.
Why? Huh?
Because that's who I'm placing the blame on.
Oh, need a reason.
That is a reason. I never said it was a good reason, but it is the reason.
I do not accept that.
Well, that's a shame.
I am
Got it
rejecting
anyway.
that. Need a better excuse.
Nope. Nope, that's not happening. You're just gonna have to accept what's given to you, yo.
No.
Yeah.
Need something better.
No.
No, it's
Brief's
disappointing.
probably over there just thinking, God, you two are children.
We are.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I was stalling trying to find the not surprised motherfucker clip and I can't find it. So,
I kind of figured you were.
I'm not surprised motherfucker. GoldenEye has it wants me to drink. So,
Noise.
cheers, everyone. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everyone bought a bunch of good stuff for Black Friday. Yeah. First game to talk about tonight, Silent Hill 2. Developed by Bloober Team, published by Konami, provided to us by Konami for the purpose of this coverage. Say thank you, Aki.
Thank you, Aki.
No, to Konami, Aki.
Oh, thank you, Konami.
That's better. Released November 21st on Series X and S and Xbox PC for $69.99. That's right, came to Xbox. Having received a letter from his deceased wife, James heads to where they shared so many memories in the hope of seeing her one more time. Silent Hill. There, by the lake, he finds a woman eerily similar to her. My name is Maria, the woman smiles. Her face, her voice, she's just like her. Experience a masterclass in psychological survival horror, lauded as the best in the series on the latest hardware with chilling visuals and visceral sounds. Aki, what kind of visceral sounds are in this?
Lots of gushes and ugh. Yeah. Yeah, like that, except for even grosser.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Splorching.
Yeah, lots of scorching.
Splorching Hill 2. Tell us about it.
Never say that again. So yeah, in this you play as James Sunderland, and you have shown up to a place you and your wife once used to live when you all were kids, Silent Hill. This place sucks ass. Your wife.
What is it?
Died
The murders? Is it the murders that's the problem, Aki?
No. It's the general foggy area and the things that are trying to kill
the
you.
weather. It's just not good there.
Yeah, weather fucking sucks.
It's just a lot of fog. Yeah. So
So is all the fucking construction in the city. Jesus, so many roads blocked off. Ugh, fuck. So, yeah, in this, you're visiting because your wife has been deceased for a little while, and you just got a letter telling you that she is waiting for you back in the city. And you decide, well, okay, she shouldn't be there because she is dead. So let's go. I hope I get to see her. I'm not crazy. I know it's not going to happen, but I'm going to do it anyways because I apparently have nothing better to do with my time. So he travels there, and it is all completely covered in fog and is creepy. And oh yeah, the tunnel that gets you into town, that's been completely closed off for what looks like probably a decade. So you have to leave your car behind and go traipsing through a fucking cemetery and then a tiny forest into the town. Along the way, you meet one of the side characters of the game that I don't remember the name of, just because I do not have these people's names ingrained in my memory, sadly. And you get to town and you start looking around. You quickly find.
Hey, Bri, what's that thing you do?
Write notes.
Is it? Yeah, write notes.
Yeah.
No.
Nice.
Yeah, no. There's like, I think 3 characters that aren't James in this, and we're really lucky I remember his name
down.
Probably, realistically speaking.
So what do you do in Silent Hill?
You go around and you find stuff and you move stuff around so you can get into new places, so you can find stuff and then move other stuff around so you can get into new places. Occasionally you'll find a puzzle that you have to find pieces of and then put them where they're supposed to be so you can open up a new area so you can find things and move things around so you can get into other areas to find things and move things around. All while you have these creepy fucking things trying to maul your face off or spit acid at you. So, that's great. At first, it looks like a bunch of people in GIMP uniforms, and they're just trying to attack you, and then it's things that are just a set of legs on top of a set of legs. I don't really have a way of better explaining what the fuck that thing looks like. And so you do have combat and you get a weapon. Thankfully, there is no, the weapon doesn't degrade over time. Thank fuck. I hate that mechanic. So you start beating the shit out of these things because fuck these things. And that feels great. And apparently that is new to the version that the original version apparently wasn't particularly combat heavy. This one is extremely combat heavy. You get a pipe pretty early on into the game, and enemies get to meet that pipe pretty regularly from that point forward. Thankfully, you find a little radio, and when enemies show up, you start hearing a different sound come out of it than you do the rest of the time, so you know when an enemy is close.
Oh, is this the visceral sounds?
No, the visceral sounds is usually the creatures when they first show up, because some of them skitter around on the ground even though they're in GIMP uniforms and only have their legs and no arms, and they skitter around.
Showing up. Hi, Jacob.
Fall into the abyss of my gaping butthole.
Okay then.
Hello.
Hello. How was your day?
Very long. I just got off my shift. I worked 13 and almost 14 hours.
Oh, jeez.
How many hours?
I figured you were just going on a break or something. It's going to take me about 20 hours to beat it. You can beat it in under 10 if you know what the fuck you're doing, because there's an achievement for doing that. And apparently for people who have played the original, they have a tendency to get through it without trying to do that. So that's nice to know. I asked a friend who had played it on Steam forever ago. I was like, oh, I've gotten through here, and this is how long it has taken me. Do you think I'm going to be able to do it in under 10 hours? And she's like, no. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, no, you're about a quarter of the way through. Yeah. I don't have many, but I do have them. So, yeah, no. I'm definitely not going to get the under 10 hours this run. But that's okay, because I only have like 6-ish more runs I think I'd have to do, so that's fine. And the reason for that is there's a whole bunch of different endings that you get, and they aren't all available at the beginning. Kind of like Silent Hill F did it. You can only get certain endings each playthrough, and more of them unlock as you finish more playthroughs. So you will be able to see them all by your third or fourth playthrough. Then you can, I think they're all open at that point. Except for the brand new ones, because there's 2 brand new ones, and I think they unlock after you've gotten all the other ones or something like that. I don't know. I haven't beaten it a bunch of times yet. And yeah, it's very action orientated. You do get a gun. It has limited ammo, so be careful. And yeah, I've fought against Pyramid Head now, and that was painful. That was very painful. That's how that went. It was not good.
Well, let's hit the bullet points on the store quick.
Sure.
High-end graphics and sound. How are the visuals? How are the splorches?
The splorches are fucking disgusting, and the visuals are amazing. Splorches
performs well, runs well.
Yes, very. It ran extremely well, even on my shitty, half-broken Xbox. It still ran perfectly. It was great. It was nice and fluid, no jittery, nothing. It was great.
Very good. Did you play the original or no?
No, I did not. This is my first time ever playing it.
They boast larger environments based on the fact that it is a current-gen game opposed to a PS1 game. That yes, the environments will be larger.
Fair.
Over the shoulder camera instead of the old school. Was it fixed camera in Silent Hill?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, now it's got over the shoulder. How's that?
Oh, it works amazing.
Perform well, play well. Does it feel more like an action game, or is it still like survival-ish?
I think it feels more like an action game personally. There are, it does have the survival stuff where, you have to find out puzzles and stuff that you usually have in like survival games, but like it is very open to combat and it is very combat orientated. It's very much an action game at this point.
Because the last point is evolved combat gameplay. Mentions avoiding attacks with timed dodges, aim down sights with the guns, as it makes it more engaging and nerve-wracking than ever. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think it does. I think that probably takes away from some of like the horror aspects of it, because obviously now it's very combat heavy, where it's the original, from what I understand, wasn't. But I think because it's so combat focused now, it's pretty easy to get yourself killed by things jumping out and attacking you, because a lot of enemies do that. They'll go and they'll hide in an area, they won't move until you turn around a corner, and then suddenly they go right at you and they don't fuck around. So yeah, it can be scary just from that aspect.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to talk about the price of this thing. It clocks in at $69.99. Be honest, was it worth the wait to come to Xbox? And is it worth the $70?
I think if you've played the original and you're interested in a remake, it's totally worth it. If you haven't played the original one and you don't really care about necessarily this game, I'd probably say pick it up when it's on sale, because again, it's...
Speaking of...
There we go.
For those who are on the fence, it launched with a 50% discount on Xbox. I don't know how long the sale lasts for, but as of right now, it clocks in at $34.99. What are your thoughts on that?
100% worth that. Holy shit, that's amazing. Yeah, definitely get it at that price. That's really good. And yeah, if I know originally when this was first being made, everyone was like, I don't know, it's Bloober Team. I don't know. It's really good. It's really, really good. I don't let, if you're like, kind of think Bloober Team's kind of hinky and you're like, I don't know if I really want a game like this made from them. Trust me, you do. It's really good. Because I knew a lot of people who were like totally unconvinced because Bloober Team was making it. Nah, ignore that. It's fucking amazing.
And then there's a deluxe edition for those who care. It includes an art book and a soundtrack digital, obviously, the game, and a pyramid head mask made of a pizza box.
Yeah, get the normal edition. Unless you really, really want that art book, which is fair. I really like the art books personally. Anytime we get a deluxe edition,
you don't want the pyramid head book, I love made of a pizza box.
No, I've seen that. That looks so dumb. I've seen the screenshots. It looks so dumb.
Such a hater.
Yeah, maybe a little. Fair.
Stop drinking the haterade, Aki.
Yeah.
So overall, worth it?
Yeah, totally. I think it's great.
Awesome. Next up, Outlaws and Handful of Missions Remastered, developed by LucasArts and Nightdive Studios, published by Disney, Atari, Nightdive, and Lucasfilm. Released November 20th on Xbox One and Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC for $29.99. Saddle up and ride back into the Wild West with the gunslinging ex-marshal James Anderson and face off against the good, the bad, and the even worse this side of the Mississippi as you work to uncover the twisted plot of greed and corruption. With your trusty 6-shooting 45 revolver, scoped 44 rifle, 10-gauge shotgun, and a good old sawed-off 12-gauge shotgun, you'll be packing plenty of firepower to take out all manner of outlaw varmints. Jacob, what kind of varmints did you take down?
Did you dar?
Thar.
Them
beat downed. Pew pew.
So Outlaws is a Western first-person shooter created by LucasArts back in the around 1997. I wasn't actually familiar with this title at all. I'd only seen a small clip of it once, which involved like an outhouse Easter egg, because it was on this one video game website for like, top Easter eggs that you could do. Anyway, so I was completely unfamiliar with it, and it is like, it's got the plot of one of their point and click adventures, but it tries to do the action of Dark Forces. And in fact, it's actually built on the same engine as Dark Forces, the Jedi engine that they developed, and they souped up a little bit more for this game. This game is rough. Like, I remember what was coming out in terms of PC gaming in 1997, and it's just like you're staring at a game that is like 4 years old, like when this comes out, like it does not look nearly as good as Dark Forces did
way back in 1997.
I know.
So old.
But yeah, and the thing is that the game like its levels, they try to make this like big, expansive world, but in all reality, it always feels like you're exploring like a handful of buildings in a very set, limited area that you're able to walk around. And I mean, and they do the same tricks that they did in Dark Forces to make it seem bigger than it was, and how they keep you all fenced in. But it's just like you start running into buildings that are impossibly big for this time period. Like houses that are just way too large for somebody to, like, you know, this is supposed to be like an average gangster hideout, and like the thing's like a friggin' warehouse by today's standards. Like it's entirely too big. And unfortunately, a lot of the times you're going to be fighting like the same, like they look like 5 or 6 different like enemy types, and it's just like they're just spread throughout the levels, and they're all going to keep shouting the same things at you. So you're only going to hear.
It was 97.
Like,
it was all.
No, all right, no,
Mortal Kombat.
No.
9 ninjas of different colors.
Dude. Like, come on. I used to play Dark Forces way back in the day. I know what LucasArts was capable of back then. So fair. Gameplay is like, I mean, the shooting mechanic is fine. The puzzles are a little in secret area, like puzzles in secret areas can be a little bit difficult to navigate because they try going like, so this is the part that they want to be authentic in, the lighting. And so if you didn't bring if you don't bring like a lantern with you at some points, you're not going to be able to see shit, and you're going to have to like just be wandering around and having like the overhead map running, so then you can get like a general idea of what room you're even in. It's so gameplay wise, it's rough. Okay. But plot wise, this thing is awesome. It is an homage, and it's very much its own thing. An ode to spaghetti westerns. And you star as this
mom's
U.S. Marshal
westerns or dad's spaghetti westerns?
Dad's.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not going to throw it all up over your sweatshirt.
Okay.
Anywho. So you play this retired U.S. Marshal, like you gave up the star like all these years ago, but your land is on this, strip of land that this guy wants to buy up and create his town. I mean, it's the same plot as so many other Westerns. But they've got a heck of a voice cast. I know John Delancey's in there. Like one of the guys kind of sounded like Christopher Lloyd, but I don't think it was. Trying to see if like they can
continue on. I'll see if I could find
Richard Mall, Jack Angel, John Delancey. Yeah, I don't know. There was one guy who kind of sounded like Christopher Lloyd, but apparently it wasn't. Anywho. So you have all these different characters going about, and the U.S. Marshal's like, he's retired, he's given up, and he's given up being a lawman, and he just wants to become a farmer. The land baron comes in, and while John's away from the house, shoots, not John, James. So anyways, he shoots James' wife, kidnaps the daughter, and runs off. And it's just like, if you don't sell, you're going to regret it. And it's just like, what? You already shot my wife. I'm already regretting this. Like, so you end up having to go on this big hunt, to get your daughter back and kill all the men responsible for all this kind of stuff. voice acting's great. The art is it's rough at times, but it's understandable for what they were trying to go with and what they were able to work with back in 1997.
No, I know the game they address that it features high resolution, uncompressed cutscenes and updated visuals for weapons, characters, and enemies, all fully recreated from archived art and stylized to match the original look.
Yeah. It's like, as I said, it's not exactly the prettiest thing to look at, but like the story, the voice acting during the cutscenes, and the music. Oh, it's so good.
The thing I like with Nightdive visually is they don't force the game to look like it's a game from 2025. They make it look like you remember the game looking.
Warts and all.
Like, because when you think back to how these games looked and then you see footage, you're like, yeah, I thought it looked a lot better than that. Mm-hmm. And the way they redo the visuals, and I think they try to stay faithful to the original look. So it's still like it's what you played. It's just, it looks like what it should have looked.
And on top of it, I mean, it does. And on top of it, like, there's a huge, like, wealth of an archive in this game. Like, there are all these, like, game files that you're allowed to poke through. Like, you know, the entire soundtrack has a commentary by the composer. All sorts of art assets that you can look at and listen to. And there's all these, like, I mean, there's the entire script that you can read through, all these internal documents, and like, they're telling you like where they pulled all this kind of stuff from. And it's like, oh yeah, this was on like a Microsoft Excel sheet. This was done in like, you know, I forget, like, wherever we pulled this from. Like, we ended up having to like purchase like a drive to be able to get the information off of this. Like that kind of stuff. And it's just like, it's a really neat walk into the past for this title. And so while the gameplay itself isn't the best, this is a really exciting remastered title to have come out. And I'm really glad that Nightdive is giving this game a second chance, because as I said, I'd never played this or heard of it way back in the day. So any chance to give a game second life is excellent.
Yeah, this is definitely one that, like, if you would have given me like 100 games to pick from that you would see brought back, I wouldn't have picked this one. Like, I would never have thought we would see this one come back, and it's cool that it did. That's another thing I like about Nightdive is they're picking unique titles that you wouldn't normally expect those titles to be picked. So clocks in $30. What are your thoughts on Outlaws and Handful of Missions Remastered?
A little bit more than I would have liked to have paid for this, but at the same time, you're funding whatever the next game that they remaster, so get it.
Plus, this has online multiplayer, so that probably helps with the cost a bit.
Yeah,
cross-play multiplayer with deathmatch, capture the flag, and then, of course, kill the fool with the chicken. Everyone's favorite game. Next up, Bee Simulator: The Hive, developed by VARSAV. VARSAV Game Studio, published by Untold Tales, released November 28th on Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5 for $24.99. See the world through the eyes of a bee. Explore a world inspired by Central Park as you gather pollen, evade threats, and build your own thriving beehive. This edition combines the original Bee Sim with the Hive expansion, introducing new mechanics, game modes, and fresh as a spring pollen content. All in one buzzing adventure, perfect for players of all ages. Bri, tell us about your time buzzing around in Bee Simulator.
Well, in this joyful game, you get to be a bee. When this game first came out, I played it and I loved it. I shouted, "I'm a bee!" every time I got excited in the game, much to the amusement of my housemate. Sadly, Indri didn't get to hear much of that because I was on vacation playing this, and what a great time I had replaying this with the new content. We are a little bee named Biscuit. You can name him whatever you want, though. And we're in New York Central Park, and our hive is being relocated because the humans are going to take down our tree. So we go on an adventure across the park. While there are tons of mini games and a sense of fantasy involving talking bees, this is as real a simulation as we have about what it might be like to be a bee. You have 2 different difficulties, easy and hard, and no reason to stress yourself on hard. This game is made with all ages in mind. Control scheme for flying is pretty easy to get used to. You use the left stick to move forward, backward, left and right, and the triggers to go up or down, and the right stick looks around. You can also use that to kind of adjust how you're flying up and down. And while that seems easy enough, it's still a little clunky. I found the sensitivity of the sticks to be too speedy at times and not responsive enough at others. The hitboxes for things like picking up pollen was really forgiving, though. And one of our core jobs as a bee is to collect pollen and return it to the hive. You can only collect so much at a time because you're just a wee little bee. And pollen shows up as like golden halos around flowers. It's really pretty. And we also have bee vision to gamify some of the types of flowers we can collect pollen from, where like white flowers are common, yellow are rare, red are epic, and purple are legendary. And collecting pollen from several of the same type of plant in a row and other actions will give you Beatro to make you buzz faster. And you can also get a buzz off of human sweets that you find in the park that sparkle. Oh, there's more bee puns. When you're full of pollen, you deposit your pollen into the honeycomb and gain knowledge points for your bee. You can use your knowledge points that you gain from quests and that the pollen gathering and challenges and such to unlock statues and skins for your bee. While you're out exploring, you'll find a number of mini-game encounters like races where you have to fly through rings. You'll need your Beatro for this. There are wasp fights where you press a button on time like a rhythm game. And collection challenges where you collect a certain number of a type of flower. And then there's dance games where you dance or fly in the same direction as the other bee in sequence. Did any of you know that bees dance to pass instructions like directions? Because that was info to me. It's super cute. As for the fights, probably my favorite mini game because of the wholesome smack talk from the wasps and the cute voice acting. And there's a tough boss fight with Harry the Hornet, who is clearly much larger than our cute little bee. And he just wants our honey, but we're so plucky. It's a great moment. There's also all kinds of collectibles by way of encyclopedia entries that you can find through exploring the park and the hive. And you can't unlock all the 3D models until you find the critters in the game first. So you have to go hunting around the park and find like a deer and a bunny and different like butterflies and crickets and stuff like that. It's really cute. Oh, and when you're moving about doing quests, there's a golden quest marker that helps you find your way, and different colored light beams for different activities like red for fights, yellow for main quests, white for side quests like helping lost squirrels find their mommy. So side quests are fun. And they give you achievements. The graphics looked improved. Playing this now on a Series X, I'm not sure that they remastered anything. There were some dropped frames I noticed from time to time. And if you get motion sick during games, this might be rough for you. It's a really colorful world that they created where you can zoom around. People in the park, animals, and flora are all independently kind of doing their own thing. We can even sting obnoxious kids and pop balloons. There's like cute cartoon cutscenes. The soundtrack is fantastic and joyful. The composer also worked on games like The Witcher 3 and The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and it's fully voice acted and it's really cute. Although humans, like you can talk to animals and you can talk to other like insects and stuff, and they all speak the same language, but humans are just like in the background, which is kind of funny. In addition to being fun and getting to buzz around, you get to learn about how to be an ally to bees, too. The game is educational in fun ways. The menu offers a glossary and help the bees section to recap what you learned during the game. The intro story alone talks about how bees are disappearing and how important they are to our food sources. But it does so in a cute way that isn't heavy-handed, because this is a family game. And the load screens all have neat facts, like that some bees can fly up to 15 miles per hour. And then this new Hive expansion.
That is unnecessarily fast.
It is pretty speedy. The Hive expansion comes with split-screen co-op for up to 4 people, and the ability to build a new hive from the ground up. Where the original game kind of ended at the point where you find your new hive, now you can build it. And you have to collect resources and build new structures that give you perks. And then there's also new maps and 2 additional mini games. I would say the downside as an adult to this game is that it's a little repetitive, but it doesn't outstay its welcome. You can make a beeline through the main story. Or you can do all the fun stuff at your own pace, the side stuff. And for kids, some of the controls might be a little clunky, and the races are hard. The races are not very forgiving. If you fail to get through the hoops and speed pickups and lose your target, you have to start over. The path for that race is the same, and you can learn the route better. It's still just really easy early on in the game to get a little lost because of the controls. The game is also full of delightful bee puns and references like resistance is futile, you shall not pass, winter is coming, there's a secret squirrel, and the line, these squirrels are all nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's goofy fun.
That's awful.
So this game may be a departure from reality in a simulation title where we can talk as a bee to other animals and get in a fight with wasps. But we get a bee's eye view of the world and a lot of helpful info while we nurture our hive with pollen and love. And there's a lot to see and do in this game, and I had a great time with it for the second time. I'm loving the new content. It is a beautiful game.
What letter grade would you give it?
Well, funny you asked that, because I was going to say that I felt like I needed to give a slightly different rating than the normal verdict, and I was going to give it a B+.
You people hurt my fucking soul.
Good. It is $25. What do you think of it?
I think this is great. I liked the new content. I can't wait to explore more of it and get all the cool little secrets and challenges and stuff all over again. Although those races, man, those are so hard sometimes. But yeah, I would call this a buy it.
Very good. You know what's better? Launch discount. $20.
Yeah. I love it. Do it.
2 more weeks. You know what's even better? Previous owner discount.
Ooh, even better.
I am looking at the store page, and it's telling me I can pick it up for $8.24.
Ooh, that.
Yeah, so I am going to pick it up for $8.24.
Yeah.
It's too good of a price to pass up. Next up, The Berlin Apartment, developed by Blue Backpack, published by Parco Games, ByteRockers Games, and Blue Backpack. Released November 17th on Series X and S, PS5, and PC for $24.99. Delara joins her father, Malik, a handyman tasked with refurbishing an old apartment in the city of Berlin, Germany. In the course of their extensive renovation work, Delara digs deeper and deeper into the history of the apartment. Relics from past times turn out to be silent witnesses and former companions of the apartment's previous inhabitants. With each new find, Malik tells his daughter the story behind the trace of a past adventure with its own protagonist, its own genre, and its own atmosphere, yet always set within the same 4 walls. Jacob, this one sounds pretty interesting. What is going on in the Berlin Apartment?
The Berlin Apartment is it's part visual novel and I don't exactly know how to. I don't want to say walking simulator because that's not quite what it is, but whatever. I mean, there are some very minimal things that you have to like. I guess you could call it a 3D point and click adventure. All right, but anyways, if anything, it's more of a 3D visual novel. Through. You know what? It's been a fucking day. Right? You're lucky I'm even here. So, shush. Anywho, this father's working on renovating this apartment that's been in Berlin for like 100 years. And he has to bring his daughter along as he's working on it. And as they go about working on this apartment, they start finding all of these old mementos from previous tenants, whether it was like something that was hidden in a wall or just like tucked in a corner that just, everyone forgot about it, like that kind of stuff. And you're finding out how, well, first off, I mean, like you're finding out about the lives of all these previous tenants, but then also how everyone was like kind of interconnected with it. And you go about experiencing like heartbreak, friendship, like people just dealing with life in Berlin. And so keep in mind that like some of this is like leading up to World War II. Some of this is like during, and a lot of it's like towards the end of it, it's like as the Berlin Wall is coming down, or it's like shortly thereafter. And so you still have to like, it also puts it in a historical lens as well. It's a really interesting game story-wise. Gameplay wise, it's fine. It's not exactly taxing or anything like that. But there were a couple of times where myself or the object that I was dealing with suddenly would like go off and access like some sort of area that I wasn't supposed to. Or it would just cause the game to freeze, even though like the background's still moving and stuff like that. And so then I'd have to restart from the previous checkpoint and then hopefully be able to make it onto the next spot. So far, I'm not currently stuck, but it happened like at, I want to say 3 different points so far. So like it's buggy, but it's got a good story in it.
All right. Let's hit the bullet points. It has a beautiful and refreshing art style where you explore detailed 3D environments in a colorful comic book aesthetic. Good visuals in this one?
Yeah, they're decent. I like it was good enough for me.
All right. Treasure hunt. Discover relics and traces that reveal the history of an apartment and its inhabitants.
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
All right. A changing Berlin. Experience the unique historic backdrop of a colorful city and its turbulent past.
Yeah, you definitely get to see that.
Jazzy. One more for Aki. Each episode is unique. Delve into moving short stories with unique gameplay twists for each new story. Yeah,
I mean, each story is definitely unique in its own way. At times it can feel a little bit disjointed compared to some of the other ones, but overall it's pretty satisfying.
Very good. Clocks in $24.99. Give us all your thoughts.
I would have been more cool with it if it was like a $15 or $20 title. There's still a few bugs that obviously need to get ironed out, and otherwise it's a pretty decent experience. So I would, for $25, I wish it was a bit more polished and a bit longer, if that makes sense.
So try it maybe?
Yeah, I'll go with a try it. Wait for a sale.
There you go. All right, next up, Total Chaos, developed by Trigger Happy Interactive, published by Apogee Entertainment, Atari, and Infogrames. Remember that name? Released November 20th, Series X and S, PS5, and PC for $24.99. For Oasis is no paradise. It's a decaying nightmare where the reality crumbles. The creator of Turbo Overkill unleashes survival horror, stacked with mysteries and monstrosities. Scavenge to craft weapons, while a voice on your walkie-talkie guides you into the island's depths. Bri, you covered this, and Aki, this game destroyed your senses. Tell us more.
So yeah,
go ahead.
I was going to say, my initial reaction from the trailers was that if it was like Metro done by Bloober team, but it's more like a combination of other games I couldn't quite put my finger on. Part of the dev team is Sam Preble, the creator of a very popular Doom 2 mod, and this game's origins come from that mod. And while this has modern gameplay and graphics, it felt like it came from an earlier time, and I felt like that was kind of part of its charm. You're in the Coast Guard out on duty, and you get a distress call that leads you to crash on an island off an old mining colony called Fort Oasis. And funnily enough, there's an option to nope the fuck out of the spooky island and end the game early. And I got that out of the way, like, right away. Yeah.
Achievement?
Yeah, there's an achievement for that.
Yeah, I gotta watch that online. I love games that do that.
Yep. So yeah, thankfully when you restart, it lets you skip the prologue, and I delved further into the mine, seeking the distress signal. It'll net you an end screen with credits, like I said. But the game deals with mental health issues like PTSD and depression, and it warns you to that effect. There's also a so-called survivalist mode that I assume adds difficulty to the game. I did not add more difficulty to the game because it didn't need more difficulty. Total Chaos isn't a simple horror game or survival horror game. It expects you to manage your health, including bleeding status, your stamina, and your hunger. And that isn't easy because the resources you have available to you
are scant as hell.
Yeah. Items that stop the bleeding might make you hungry, and available food might be rotten and harm your health, so balance is, like, hard to find in this game. There's also an inventory management system. You'll spend a lot of time over-encumbered. This will also affect your stamina. And then there's, like, pieces of junk to be found all over the place, and you'll want to collect them because you're going to need weapons. And a lot of times, you're going to have to make them. I think I collected a good number of rotting bread, meat, and apples, and some vodka and bandages well before I needed them.
Yeah.
And I had collected, like, a lot of stuff. And there's a section where you just have to run because you haven't quite found any resources to fix your pickaxe, and running down dark, decaying hallways with monsters flooding through them at you is hard to navigate. And I took a few hits, and I was finally able to have a reason to use the things and realized just how quickly my slots had started to fill up. Yeah. Weapons break down fast. Like, your very first pickaxe gets destroyed by hacking through crates and boards, and you need to move to progress before you even get to the first enemy. Like, it leaves you defenseless as you're running around in the dark and cluttered series of corridors looking for switches as you run from the enemy. And that's it's rough. So yeah, you're going into this, like, first set of sections. This is just in chapter 1, and you don't have a weapon for a while because it breaks really early on, and all you can do is run from the enemy. Combat is very, very melee heavy, partly due to the fact that guns and ammo are scarce. You don't even get a gun for like 3 chapters into the story, and I think there's like 9 chapters to the story.
Oh shit.
And you aren't anyone special with, like, big hulking muscles. You're not like some super soldier or anything. You're just a dude trying to survive. So combat feels a little rough. Like, imagine if you suddenly had to heft a makeshift sledgehammer to defend yourself against unimaginable horrors, and you might have an idea of how this is going to go. So some of that is just like learning the systems and controls and timing your hits, they come a little slow. And you have like a dodge, which is good, but I don't know. I would also add like this feels kind of gruesome and wet and thudding in the combat, and that's a good thing. And like I said, this isn't just hack and slash. You need to dodge and learn to time your attacks and balance with your stamina, because you're swinging pipes and sledgehammers to try and defeat your foes. I think I even threw a brick at an enemy once. I think, yeah, I think it stunned him a little. I'm not really sure.
Speaking of people being stunned, Aki, how'd you do in this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that section where Bri was talking about running away from enemies because there was just a whole bunch of them and they got a couple swipes at her? Yeah, I ended up stopping not long after that section, which is still chapter 1, mind you, because this game, it gives you a warning about sensitivities to photosensitive stuff and things like that, and
we're not lying.
Yeah, it was not fucking around when it gave that warning. You know, it's in most games these days, so I just kind of am like, well, I'm willing to try it because most of them it's thankfully not too bad for me. And a lot of games allow you to mess with lots of settings to make it less bothersome, if not outright remove it. This game has
not enough settings.
No settings.
There's really no settings. Yeah.
And the lights in this place, because you're at the start, you're in like some sewer system more or less that's long since dilapidated to hell. So all the lights are flickering constantly, all of them.
Yep.
There's not a single light in that bitch that isn't. And then not long after that part that I was just mentioning earlier, you come across an enemy that isn't some weird zombie walkie thing, and instead it's a bum rushing ghosty thing that's covered in electricity.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I can't handle the flickering lights. I could have managed. I wouldn't have liked it. I probably would have had a seizure at some point, but I could have probably managed a good chunk of the game with that. The bum rushing thing that rushes at you, hits you, and then stays right in your face. I couldn't. So yeah, I got about an hour, maybe an hour and a half into the game, and then I had to quit, which really sucked because it was really fun up until that point because I wasn't having any trouble with it. But that sadly is just the reality of having specific set of problems. Not every game necessarily has the settings to allow you to enjoy the game. It is what it is. It sucks.
Hopefully they hear this and address it in the game. Any other thoughts on it, or should we talk price on it?
I've got some other things I want to talk about, like
go for it. Do it.
Yeah, besides only being able to dodge things was a little frustrating. The corridors were tight and dodging was all I had, and when I got to that electrical monster, I got stuck for a little while because there's no quick slots to heal, and when you open your inventory it doesn't pause, and the interact button is X, and I got all kinds of flummoxed and died horribly. There's no formal run. The movement speed depends on how hard you push the stick in the forward direction. So you gradually apply pressure, your movement is at a walk, and if you jam it forward, that's the best run you get, which is, it's not bad. But there appears to be no jump either. You have to just run and hack through obstacles that you're capable of. The areas are fairly linear. You get segments where you have to navigate small labyrinths in a controlled space. But otherwise, you have doors that slam behind you, or you have to drop off ledges and not be able to get back up. So you're constantly moving forward, and you're confined to this path kind of laid ahead of you. But it's still a fun place to explore. There are some puzzles to solve, like finding switches and keys and dials that you have to turn to general puzzle stuff while you're going through the decaying halls of the dilapidated mining facility. And the game is gritty in all the right ways. It's also full of jank. But again, I feel like that's part of the fun. and the world they've built is dark and dirty in its visual presentation as well as its audio. But like Aki said, the lights flicker and the light filters through the gates. I thought the lighting was really well done. The fog on the coast, like it was pretty. It was pretty. And part of the horror of the game isn't just the monsters, but the fact that we're like going crazy and hearing voices and having visions that are startling at first and unsettling the further we go. The audio, I wish I had headphones to hear it better, but like it was outstanding. You had good monster noises and atmospheric sounds like dripping water and crumbling brick tunnels and buzzing flies and the groans of old pipes. And the soundtrack was done by the same composer as Silent Hill.
One song,
yes. Well, there's really not like music in this, but yes, there's the music. There is one accessibility feature I wanted to point out, which I thought was actually really cool.
They have one?
Yes, the ability to remove tinnitus sounds. And as I was playing this next to my friend who has tinnitus, he was like, "Can you turn that on, please?" And I was like, "Okay." So we did not have tinnitus sounds. I thought that was cool. The save game is an old record player that'll start playing like music from the 1920s when you save. This is kind of good and creepy. There are at least 2 endings to the game based on the achievement list that requires you to get a so-called good ending. I got the nope the fuck out ending, so that was I don't know if there's another bad ending. But for me, ultimately, while I like the mood and technical aspects of the game, like I struggled with the management and survival systems and the lack of weaponry early on, and that made this scary but also hard. So yeah.
All right. Well, now I guess we'll talk price. It is $24.99. I'm looking at my Steam page, and it looks like Lloyd wants this. So, should Lloyd drop $25 on this?
I thought the price was amazing, but the game is tough as nails. Like, the game's difficulty level and depth of survival was not for me, but I can see its merits as a good survival horror. The game is actually pretty scary, and I'm not fazed by most horror games nowadays. But I found myself wanting to play other games from this week instead of being frustrated by this one, so I'm going to give it a try it for me personally.
I don't feel like I spent enough time with it to have an opinion, so I'll just stick with what Bri's saying.
That's fair. For people on the fence, it's in Game Pass Ultimate.
I would say give it a try on Game Pass. Absolutely.
So, there you go.
It is worth a try.
For the next 5 days or so, you could grab it for $21.24 on Xbox at least. So
yeah, like I said, it's a good price
if you wanna grab it. So next up, we're going in a different direction. Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3, developed and published by Strange Scaffold, released September 17th on Series X and S and Xbox PC for $19.99. 20 years ago, Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion emerged as a smash hit genre fusion, casting fan favorite protagonist Jack Breyer in a fast-paced puzzle adventure. 8 years ago, Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3 was announced on the biggest stage in gaming. This is what happened next. Jacob, Aki, what happened?
Okay, in this, you play as an agent who has come to this lair because it's probably an evil bad guy lair, and therefore you need to go there and stop him. And you just hope, and it just happens to be very similar to the one and all the stories that you've learned about this super agent prior to you. And now you have to figure out a way into this bitch. Well, shit. And then you go and you have a kind of a fight with the gate. And you quickly get to see how this gameplay is. The gameplay is split between making visual novel style choices that can branch you off wildly in different directions. And
I mean, we all know what the gameplay is, right? This is the third in the series over 20 years, right?
Sure, I've totally played the first two.
Let me read a little bit more of the intro. Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3 is committing to the bit so hard it hurts. It's a sequel to a game series that doesn't exist, complete with lore and a fictional development team. It's a game where match 3 is not just used for combat, but for lockpicking, debating robots, and swallowing a bunch of diamonds in front of a gem thief so he can't steal them first. It is, all genre elements considered, a match 3 survival horror comedy RPG Metroidvania, and it's rad as hell. So with that in mind now, Aki.
That is exactly the style of game it is. It is very straightforward, yeah. Because the thing is, you very quickly learn that you're a part of a video game, and therefore every time you die, it becomes Metroidvania in that you get to retain all that knowledge, which not just as a player you get to retain it, but your character does too. So eventually, after you choose enough paths, when you go back, you're like, oh, I know this is bullshit. I'm going to try this other thing that wasn't an option before.
Very much like Raging Loop from years ago.
Yes, very much so, yes.
I don't know how that's Metroidvania in the slightest, but...
in terms of, well, I mean, it's Metroidvania in terms of like the map that they're showing you, like of all the different places that you can go. However, I mean, if you really wanted to do the same for Raging Loop, you could have with the story and its branching paths.
Yeah, basically in this game, whilst you're going through different places, you're also gaining abilities and stuff by interacting with different things. For instance, one of them is weak ankles. There's another one called cowardice, stuff like that. And you get points towards that. Some of them unlock after just 1 point, but a lot of them get activated after a few. And those give you new choices when you reset your loop, which allows you to interact with different things, allowing you new pathways. That's how it's a Metroidvania, because you're getting new abilities to try new pathways that you couldn't access before. Get it? Got it? Good. And then match 3 is basically how you do everything that isn't making a narrative choice. So, like, sometimes it's, for instance, with the very first gate at the very beginning of the game, you have to climb over it. That's a match 3 puzzle. Because fuck it, why not? And that stationary
section yet, Aki. Keep.
That stationary gate will hurt you, because as you try to get up it, it technically also attacks you. You know, you get cut on a rusty bit or what have you as you're climbing over it and things like that. Whereas then, you know, a little later on, maybe you've unlocked the shoulder bash ability and you just knock the gate down your next game instead of trying to climb it. You just kick that fucker down and you're done, and you move straight on, and stuff like that. It's really fun. I was not expecting it to be a game like this when you first announced it, and I was just like, okay, I guess I can chime in on it with Jacob. I was expecting to be like some sort of twin stick shooter or something. I am so happy I joined in this. This has been such a treat.
Honestly, I saw the name Strange Scaffold and I was just like, request it. Yes, I want it. Like, they're one of the few indie devs where it's just like, I don't give a shit like what genre it is, what the game description of the plot says it is. Like, if they make a game, it's going to be weird, it's going to be offbeat, and I want it immediately. I really enjoyed all the twists and turns that this story has done, and like just how ridiculous it gets with, like, you know, you have to do everything by completing these match 3 games. I mean, and it is literally everything, like to the point where it's obnoxious, and I love it. Yeah, like it's just like, and I can't, you know what? I don't want to discuss it without, because that'll that'll ruin some of the plot twists. But this is a lot of fun. You really need to check it out.
All right. Any other comments, or is it verdict time?
Verdict time, baby.
Verdict.
$20. Tell me.
Absolutely.
Tell
I
me
agree.
why.
Because it's an amazing game.
Yeah, like this is definitely one of my Game of the Year contenders.
All right, very good. Next up, CloverPit, developed by Panik Arcade, published by Future Friend Games, released November 20th, Xbox One, Series X and S, Xbox PC for $9.99. A roguelite slot machine nightmare, gamble for your life in a never-ending debt simulator. CloverPit is a demonic roguelite that traps players in a hell of their own creation. Locked in a rusty cell with a slot machine and an ATM, you must pay off your debt at the end of each round or fall to ruin, literally. Manipulate the slot machine to earn extra coins, turn the odds in your favor with various prizes and charms that trigger big combos, snowballing into dazzling lucky runs. Bend the rules, break the game, and pay off your captor long enough to earn a shot at freedom. Jacob, you and I checked this one out, and when it was first talked about, I heard people comparing it to Balatro, and everybody went nuts about Balatro, and I just never got into Balatro.
I never fired it up.
I can't fucking stop playing CloverPit.
Yeah, I mean, like there is definitely an addictive quality to it, which, yeah.
The way the game works, I'll give the quick rundown. The way the game works is you start off in a room with a slot machine, and a guy's like, "Hey, you owe me money. Play the slots until you get money and pay me back." So you put money in the slot machine, and you pay for either 3 or 7 pulls. Obviously, you want to do the 7 pulls because you only have 3 rounds of however many pulls you pick to pay off your debt. If you don't pay off your debt, you fall and die.
All right, but hold on. So here's the thing, though, about that. So you can either do 7 rounds, but you only get 1 prize ticket at the end. Meanwhile, if you do the 3 rounds, you get 2 prize tickets. And you use those prize tickets to earn like little tchotchke kind of stuff, like good luck charms most of the time. Some of them can have permanent effects, or at least like it seems like it has permanent effects. And other ones are obviously just temporary and only last so many turns. But it is something to consider when you're like deciding like how much you're going to bet. Doing the 7 rounds is also a little bit more expensive. So if you don't have a lot of money, you may not be able to do that anyway.
I look at it as at least early in the game, you want to go for the more pulls because like you're not making much from anything yet. The beauty with this game is that as you pay off more and more debts, your goal to attain gets larger and larger, obviously. Once you hit 666, it introduces 6s to the board, which can completely kill a run. I've had it happen way too many times. And as you progress after each round, there is a phone in the room where kind of like, I guess, the dealer and dealer no deal, the banker calls you. He's like, "Hey, here's some options that can help you out." And it could be anything from like making the interest that you earn in between rounds a little bit more so you get more coins. They can make it so that it adds charms or charges to different items on the board. There's things that it will make all the charms free, but it takes all your tickets.
Yep.
So it's very much a situation where it is in the vein of Balatro, where you have to plan ahead and think how you want to approach this run. I am, despite the amount of time I put into it, I'm still fairly early in the game. I know that as you get deep into the game, it opens up in crazy ways, kind of like Balatro did. I'm just happy I finally got some jackpots in this. The first few times I played, I was lucky to hit the 75 coins.
I only did that a couple of times, but yeah, like I mean, it's a roguelite. You're going to have to do a bunch of runs and like eat shit a lot before you're really able to get all the stuff that actually matters. Thankfully, it keeps moving stuff at a pretty zippy pace. So I never really got bored with it. And you can return to your run whenever you want to, which I thought was kind of nice. So, you know, I may or may not have played this during work today. You know, and I had the ability to because, you know, the game is well built enough. So, yeah.
Yeah, this game is like, I never understood the allure of Balatro. I really didn't. I tried. The poker hook didn't get me. But slots are a little bit more mindless, where you just like pull the thing. The real meat of the game comes down to the charms that you get and how you manipulate the results of the machine. So I've had it where I got a full jackpot of cherries and it gave me a few hundred coins. And I've had it where I got 3 bells and I got 18,000.
I'm not that lucky yet.
Yeah. The first time I ever watched anybody play this game was on the ID at Xbox stream. Keith, he started a game and an hour later he finally lost.
Jeez.
It was insane.
That's pretty wild.
How do you get a run like that your first time? That's insane. For all the talk of how addictive Balatro is, that is what CloverPit is now to me. For $10, I absolutely give this a mindless buy it, like don't even think about it. If you have to think about it, it's on Game Pass Ultimate and Premium. Oh, hey, that's nice.
Yeah, that's how I'm able to play it.
So, Jacob, what are your thoughts? $10 on this one.
I've spent worse on 10. Like, I dug it enough. I'd recommend it at that price point.
Anyone else seen or played this one?
Nope.
You should. Addictive. Like, I want to stop talking to you so I could play CloverPit.
I mean, I want to stop talking to you all the time. So.
Oh, shit. You got another game to talk about. Next game, Arcade Archives 2 Bombi, developed and published by Hamster Core. Released November 19th, Series X and S, Switch 2, PS5, $9.99. Bombi is a brick breaker released by Namco Limited in 1979. The biggest feature of this sequel to GB, as the title suggests, is the bomb. Find the hidden bombs in the playfield, set off explosions, and aim for a high score like its predecessor. The title also supports mouse control. Let bomb be with simple controls. I can't talk. Jacob, what's going on in Bombi?
Bombi, like, I mean... Yeah, the arcade. I mean, your description was probably going to be longer than this review. But Bombi is essentially what you get if you mix pinball mechanics with a brick breaker game. And it honestly works out better than I thought it would. The action in it is fun and frantic. And I do really stress the frantic because it really doesn't take very much for your ball to all of a sudden just be like shooting all over the board and you've already lost it. It will happen a lot, but thankfully the game is a lot of fun. You have 2 paddles, one up at the top of the board and the other one's obviously at the bottom. It's real easy to still mess up even if you have 2 of them. But the nice thing is that as it turns out, I was actually playing a much harder version of the game because I thought that I couldn't let the let's say that the ball fell down to the bottom paddle. I couldn't let it bounce up to the top one, otherwise it would otherwise I figured it would just shoot right back on down, and it turns out that that's actually not the case, and I was just unintentionally making the game way harder for myself so I could avoid hitting the top paddle.
GG.
Thank you. However, once I figured out how the game actually worked, like I was easily doubling my score. I'm never going to set any kind of records on this thing, but for what is a simple arcade game, there's a lot of fun to be had in this one. I really liked it, and I think our listeners will too.
It also, because it's the Arcade Archives 2 version, it has the time attack mode and the variable refresh rate. Not sure how it is on Switch or PlayStation, but on Xbox, it has mouse control.
I didn't get to mess with that.
Yeah, you could plug in a mouse and just play it that way. Keyboard and mouse support. That's cool as hell. But they added that to a 1979 arcade game. Cool. Yeah, sounds like another Arcade Archives winner. So,
yeah.
We won't be talking about one next week. It appears this week's Arcade Archives title is just an ACA 1 release, which unfortunately...
sad.
Yeah, we only get the ACA 2s. So, hopefully 2 weeks we'll have something. But for now, Jacob, we are going to let you go. I know you had a long day at work, and we still have a couple of more games, so we'll let you get on out of here.
Have a good night, folks.
Have any final words?
No, I'm going to bed.
Okay, go away. Next up, let's go back to Viewfinder, developed by Sad Owl Studios, published by Thunderful, released December 3rd on the Switch for $24.99. Challenge perception, redefine reality, and reshape the world around you with an instant camera. Viewfinder is a new single-player game offering gamers hours of interesting and fun experiences while uncovering the mysteries left behind. Now on the Switch. Bri, how does it hold up on the Switch?
Great. I reviewed this for the Xbox release back on episode 1068, I think. It's like August. But yeah, it's now available on Switch. Quick recap. This is a first-person puzzle game about perspective and perception. It's in the realm of games like Portal and Superliminal and even a little like Maquette. You can compare some of the art in the game to like Magritte or Escher paintings and how the landscape twists and turns in perception.
What is this, self-promotion?
Hey, surrealist art, it's a thing. But yeah, you're solving puzzles in a simulation to help solve the problems of the world that has some big issues in the environment. And the puzzles, you take like 2D art, like photographs, and turn them into 3D space that you can walk into and interact with. You need to use your camera and your photographs to adjust the landscape to create bridges, remove walls, to get to batteries inside to power up devices. The batteries are a pretty core mechanic in this. You need to power up your teleporters to exit the levels. Some puzzles are as simple as like taking a photo of a battery, placing a new Polaroid you made in the environment elsewhere, and then plucking out a now second battery of I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this. It's surreal. Other puzzles might be more complicated, like removing a piece of wall with a photo of the sunset and then walking around to your new space and plugging the battery from inside. I don't think I can express enough how the game is mind-bending. It requires you to think outside the box. And don't forget to look up, down, and all around for the solution to your problems. You have to think in different dimensions than you're used to solve puzzles. It was a joyful experience to be surprised at new things and re-experience some of these puzzles on the Switch. I don't know that I'm doing any justice to the magic that is like a 2D to 3D switch in perspective that makes this game so damn cool. You have the ability in the simulation to rewind time to fix your mistakes or fix a broken bridge, stuff like that. It's just cool that you can walk into paintings and drawings and photographs and watch them come to life. Excuse me. There's a hub world and a train that connects to other stations in the simulation that connects you to other puzzle collections. As I mentioned in the first review, the game does a good job of building on skills. You learn some basic concepts through experimentation, and that adds like layers over time. There isn't a steep jump in difficulty or anything like that. It's just like a really nice progression of ideas for you to draw from. I would also mention there isn't a ton of story in the game unless you look for it in the environment and the documents and in recordings and stuff around the game. But it's enough background to give me a reason to be there for the really freaking cool puzzles. You can also stop levels whenever you want and go back to the hubs and replay levels again to find new solutions or better understand skills the level was trying to teach you for future puzzles. And there's optional challenge puzzles. Oh, and I can't forget to mention Kate the Cheshire Cat like AI companion we have where you can pet the cat. It's like kitty. Gray and yeah. And but yeah, for this review I got to play on Switch and I am happy to report that it worked beautifully. Graphically, I felt the game held up really well on the Switch. The control scheme was a little of a disconnect for me because I was used to Xbox, and then, anytime I have to switch back to the Joy-Cons, I'm like, my brain's all a jumble. But once I adapted my headspace to it, the controls flowed beautifully. And the same accessibility features that I liked last time are here on Switch, like default subtitles and photosensitivity mode and motion sickness reduction. But yeah, the graphics on this port held up well. The meditative music track was still as fantastic coming out of the Switch speakers. The gameplay worked well on the Joy-Cons. The game had the same internal achievements. So you can find all the collectibles for added challenge and make goofy mistakes in physics outcomes. You get some extra credit for it to pop on the screen as an attaboy. But yeah.
All right. Ready to talk price?
Let's do it.
It is $25. Sounds like the performance holds up well on the Switch. Is it worth picking up for the handheld platform when it drops December 3rd?
I would say this game was like my top 20 of the year for Xbox. I think this is going to make a great addition to your Switch collection too, and I think you should definitely grab this one.
Very good. Next up, Torii, developed by Mosswig, published by Silesia Games. Released November 26th, Xbox One and Series X and S. 27th on PS4 and PS5 for $9.99. Traverse through the surreal world suspended somewhere between dream and emotion on a touching journey through grief, guilt, and healing. As you search for your lost sister, Lulu, solve puzzles, recover lost memories, face your deepest fears and regrets, and don't be afraid to take the leap forward. Aki, tell us about your time with Torii.
Okay, in this, you play as Torii, I guess? I have no idea. And you are in this world of what the fuck am I looking at? And you end up collecting things, namely little pieces of memories. I'm not entirely sure if they're necessarily your memories or other people's memories, as well as doing some stealth gameplay to solve sorta puzzles. Basically, in order to get through certain sections, you have to unlock some special stuff that requires you to stealth around and catch certain enemies, and they get turned into more or less a power source to activate what you need to activate to continue forward. It's very weird, and it's very confusing, and half the time I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. And I'm okay with that for some reason. And yeah, they do add some other stuff, like you can get certain areas where you're able to jump really high. Sometimes some of the enemies will attack you instead of running away. You don't really have a way to defend yourself or anything. There's no combat in this. It's stealth catch, and release, I guess, technically, into a power orb that turns their body into power. Woo! And yeah, you do occasionally meet other people, but they're all also stuck in this land that none of you are supposed to be at. Where that is, I don't know. Why any of you are there, I don't know. The hell is going on? I don't know.
What do you know?
I know you stealth a lot. That is basically the gist of what I've understood about this game. But yeah, you do collect a lot of memories in it. That is kind of a requirement in order to pass forward in some sections. For instance, in one area there were like probably 7 or 8 of them, something like that I had to find in order to continue onwards. And for that, I had to go solve lots of different puzzles. One of them was I had to power up a stairwell that kept jerking from side to side really fast. So if I was on it and it moved to the side, I would just fall to the ground because I couldn't keep up with it, which was really irritating. And up on the top of it, it moves from one pillar through like 5 different pillars. And you need to get up there, jump off onto any pillar, realistically. But one of them has the memory that is required, and the others are coins. I don't know what the coins are for. I think they're just to collect. But
I want some coins.
Don't we fucking all, yo? So yeah, that's the kind of puzzles we're talking about. We're not, talking something super complex. It's I see what we're doing because it's literally right in front of me style of puzzle.
It seems more like a cozy kind of journey than.
Yes, it's very cozy. Some of it can be occasionally frustrating, like that puzzle I just mentioned with the moving thing, because you can't run up it easily because once it moves, you can't stay on it, which was frustrating to no end, because I just wanted to get up there and just collect all the coins, and I have never managed to collect a single one of the coins up on those pillars. Because I always collect the memory, and the memory turns all of that stuff off. It annoys me. So yeah, it's a collectathon style little cozy game. There's anytime you die in it, because you can die, you can fall off of ledges into water. Apparently your character doesn't know how to swim. Or the occasional enemy that can attack you might just shoot into you and kill you. You respawn just slightly earlier in the level, but all your progress generally is saved. So any puzzles you've already solved are probably already still solved. Especially if there was a memory connected to it, then it's fine. You can restart sections all over again. Like, say you're halfway through this level and you're like, I think I missed something earlier. I can't get to it normally. So you just restart that level, and you can do that. But you can't restart other levels. So there's no chapter select, at least thus far, for me. Maybe if I beat the game, there might be, but I don't think there will be, which makes me sad. Because there's definitely collectibles that I've missed. And yeah. Yep, that's what I'm going to end up doing. Yeah.
Speaking of playing it, it's $10. Should people play it?
If you like stealth games, totally. If you don't like stealth games, this isn't going to make you like a stealth game, because most of this revolves around stealth to open up puzzles or new pathways. So if you don't like stealthing, this ain't going to be for you at all. If you like stealthing, this is probably going to be for you. Gotcha. I think it's worth it.
And if you're on the fence for the next week and a half or so, you could pick it up for $7.99 on Xbox.
Very nice.
So save $2. Next up, Saborus, developed by Hive Studio, published by QUByte Interactive, released November 19th, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC for $14.99. Saborus is a thrilling horror adventure in which you get a brave chicken through a deadly slaughterhouse where everything wants to kill you. You, as the chicken, will solve puzzles and face the relentless pursuit of the Saborus slaughterhouse workers. Make your way through the sinister surroundings of a creepy slaughterhouse full of suspense and surprises. Can you survive? Bri, did you survive?
Man, I had a rough time surviving. You're a chicken trying to escape a slaughterhouse. It's a horror adventure about the sensitive topic of animal cruelty in the food industry. And the Saborus Corporation is a fictitious meat producer. And the game starts out with like a fake corporate ad about how humane and how caring they are. And then we quickly see the shift to reality as the game starts with our hen hero falling off the line just before having her throat cut. There are 3 difficulties from easy to hard. There are only achievements for completing the game, so I went with easy because I was chicken.
Aha! Stop clucking around and get going.
Yeah. So we start out running away in third-person mode, and
We're
we
like
quickly
birds
find
of a feather with these puns.
I know, right? Find a way to run away. The humans can't get us underneath the conveyor belt where the chickens are being slaughtered above us, and it's just like raining blood down as we run through the corridor. And there's no real instruction for what to do. Just a controller map on the pause menu. We just instinctively know we have to escape, I guess. The slaughterhouse is dark, like too dark, and it's hard to know where to go at first. I had to turn the gamma way up, and it was still pretty dark. After a frustrating start where I couldn't figure out where to go or what to do for like 5 minutes, I accidentally retraced my steps to somewhere I had been before and got a shortcut scene of a worker coming out of a door and attempting to capture me. And then the chase was on, except I hadn't been told how to run, so I died almost instantly. Then the screen popped up saying you died in proper Dark Souls fashion, and I died laughing as an achievement popped for the first of many deaths. But seriously, it has the you died.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Next, the game very slowly loaded into a spot just before I had gotten to the cutscene, and I had to repeat it. I eventually figured out how to run and jump away from workers who comically chased and dove after me, and then I made it to the safety of a conveniently open piece of ductwork at ground level. And after that, you get some instruction by way of blinking items that you can interact with, but it doesn't tell you that you need to press X. So you can like scratch electrical stuff. You can pick things up and plug them into electrical sockets. There's a fair amount of platforming and some light puzzles. I found the jumping was a little frustrating in the environment because it looked like you should be able to jump places, but you were met with an invisible wall. And then I got a small metal bucket and broke a fan bucket. I think I said bucket. Anyway, I found a bucket, and and you could break a fan to get into this ductwork. And then I hacked a computer as a chicken by interacting with the keyboard. And the only reason I think I knew to do that was because there was an achievement for it. Often I just couldn't tell where I was supposed to go. And when you die from either falling or getting caught by a worker, you have to constantly repeat the section you're on. So in one save spot, I fell through some ductwork and hacked a computer to open a door. And then I died because I couldn't figure out where to go after I was being chased. But I couldn't find anything to jump on or into, and I got caught. And then I had to hack the computer over and over again because the scene kept resetting because I just couldn't figure out where to go. And eventually I'd find another battery or some such in a labyrinth of factory to navigate or open some new door. As for the falling, you have a health bar and you lose 70% of your health from a high fall, which isn't that far for a chicken. And then you gain health back after a fashion, but while you can tell when you get injured how much health you have left, there isn't a persistent, here's what your health bar is. And so I couldn't tell how fast I got that back. So I would just kind of wait around in the game for a few minutes, and then I would try again. It was definitely easier to stealth as a chicken rather than be chased. and have your health pecked away by a worker with a knife, or they would like kick you with their foot. Well, once the chase is on, you get to run around like a chicken with your head cut off, and it's really hard to shake the workers. The voice acting was cheesy, but the humans do talk, and give some much-needed exposition about how the workers are worried about activists threatening the plant, and that's why the chicken is loose and causing havoc, or something like that. And there were subtitles that were rather helpful. But yeah, so dark lighting, lack of instruction, clumsy platforming made for a tough challenge in the beginning. Once I found my bearings, I found it to be linear but pretty fun experience. Being a chicken was an interesting way to show the horrors of a slaughterhouse. It was frustrating to die and have to start the whole sections over again. I think I could have used more save points, but overall I had an okay time with this.
Great. Well, let's talk about the price on this one. It clocks in at $14.99. What do you think?
It was just weird enough to be enjoyable. Like, the imagery wasn't too horrific. The gameplay was interesting once I figured out what to do for the limited instruction. Given the length isn't that long, if you can not die as much, the price gives me a little pause, but like I can give it a try, maybe wait for a sale.
Works for me.
Right.
When you were talking about dying, the only thing that was going through my head the whole time is a song that my buddy did for a project of mine a couple of years ago called Splunk. It is a tribute to the game Splunker, which also you cannot fall more than like an inch without dying. So when you die,
You just fucking died. 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 You fucking died. You just fucking died. Yeah. just fucking died. You just fucking died. You just fucking died. You just fucking died.
I really like that song.
Yeah.
That was fun. I like that.
Our good friend Doc Havoc was watching a streamer one time and he died on stream, and he did the thing where you could spend bits to play a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
He played that.
Nice.
The streamer lost his shit.
Good.
So yeah, that's the dumb shit we do. I'm gonna have to put in like the normal audio version instead of having it compressed from the show. Yay, editing for me. Work to do. Anyway, we got one final game to talk about tonight. That is Poco's Arctic Quest. Developed by Layerwire, published by Little Giant Games, released November 26th. Xbox One, Series X and S, and Xbox PC for $4.99 each. Winter is coming, and the little penguin Poco needs to gather enough fish to survive the cold. Use your logic and planning to push blocks, open paths, and collect all the fish across 30 carefully designed levels inspired by classic puzzle games. Travel through two charming environments, the icy iceberg and the snowy forest, each bringing their new challenges that will test your reasoning and warm your heart. Aki, I know nothing can warm your heart, but did this game try?
It tried. It tried very, very, very much so. So in this, you're playing as a tiny little cute penguin, and you are pushing fishies over onto your sled. This is a Sokuban. However, it is not one of them where you push it and it just flies all the way to the end. Instead, it just pushes one single square. You would think that'd make it a lot easier. You would think. And that's where that stops. So you're this is actually has some incredibly tough levels in it that are just intermittently put in. Like, it'll be really easy, and then, what the hell is going on? Why can't I solve this 30 minutes later? And then the very next level, easy. What the hell's going on here? Easy. It's like, oh, stop it. But you're just pushing them, or typically around boxes and stuff, to get them onto little sleds so you can, I guess, cart them away home. And yeah, there's 40 levels, something like that, I think. I didn't get
30.
through 30. Okay. I don't think I quite got through them all. There was a point where you no longer got achievements, and I was like, these are hard, so I've gotten my achievements. I'm going to wait for a while, and then I will see the rest of the game when someone smarter than me has figured this out. Basically. And I'm sure there will. At least I hope so, because, again, this is a really cute little game. And, there's not a lot to say to this, because it's a Sokoban. You know what you're getting. You push things, and they move. The end.
It's Pokemon.
Oh God, no.
$5 verdict.
I'm totally for it. I think it's cute enough to easily spend your money on it.
Cool beans. Works for me.
We're done.
Did that joke make you want to die?
Yes. That was fucking awesome.
So
I really like that.
We used to have parties. They were friends and game parties that we just all get together, get drunk, and have fun. Used to do something called Iron Editor, where 2 or 3 teams of 2-3 people would sit down at a computer, select a movie, and then you had 3 or 4 hours, depending on the contest, to create a music video from scratch. Every half hour, and at the beginning and at the end, you had to do a shot.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah. And when that Splunk project came out, our friend Jake Kaufman, Vert.
I hate that's what it's called.
Splunk?
Yes, I hate that's what that's called. I hate that.
It's from the game Splunker.
I know, it just sounds gross.
And one of the songs is called Splunk.
That just sounds like some sort of like sickness or infection or something. Just
But when it first came out, everyone was enjoying Mustin's song "You Just Fucking Died," and during the competition, Jake Kaufman had a Game Boy and LSDJ in it, and he composed that song during Iron Editor.
Nice.
Yeah. He is crazy. And on that note, we are ending the show. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out, being here. Thanks to Jacob for doing his thing as well, I guess. Because we covered Silent Hill, we are going to end the show with Silent Hill. The OneUps, I think it's from Silent Hill 1, but close enough. I don't care. It's a good song, and I'm going to play it.
That's good to me. Okay. Yes.
What do you think of that?
It's fine to me. Mm-hmm.
Do what I want.
Yes.
Do what I want. Anyone have any final words to end the show?
You guys, go home.
There's no
Bri,
place like
anything?
home.
Bri, you got anything better than Aki's terrible Jimmy impression?
I mean, there's no place like home. I'm happy I'm gonna go home soon. Vacation is nice, but there's no place like home.